Join Card Tricks live on Whatnot, the only place for regular wrestling breaks in the UK. Get £5 off your first purchase using code SCRNEW. Maybe that turns into your first one-of-one auto. Only one way to find out. Follow Card Tricks UK on Instagram and join the WhatsApp group via the link in the bio for all the latest news of what we are breaking and when. Let's get ready to rumble! Code only valid for first-time Card Tricks customers.
And now, presenting from across the pond, it's the Squared Circle Relics Podcast.
Hello and welcome to episode 62 of the Squared Circle Relics Podcast. My name is Christopher and I am joined by Lloydy and Jamie. How you doing, boys?
Right. I thought you were going to have our full Christian names then.
And I have to say, you have to introduce me as the President, David Lloyd.
President David Lloyd.
Because it's been a very presidential week.
It's been a big week.
It's been a big week
somewhere.
The amount of people moaning on Facebook just increases on the hour at the minute. It's amazing. Love it.
My dad and stepmom were over from the States this week. Obviously we wondered what was going to be the situation. And then we went out for a curry with them on Tuesday, and obviously there was rumblings that Trump was going to go ahead, and they're actually considering moving back to the UK because they were saying that actually they don't know what the fuck the next 4 years is going to look like. So it's like, well, it's not much better here sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
Jesus.
If you're financially secure at the moment, then maybe don't make the leap to the UK. But yeah, it's interesting seeing it from their perspective and the kind of what they're bombarded with. But yeah,
I knew Harris wasn't going to win. The reason being was because one, celebrities came out in mass droves and endorsed her. Anytime celebrities come out and endorse anyone, it's like a death knell in your coffin. Two, she never had time, did she? Three, all she really had to her was just basically try to show everyone Donald Trump is absolutely crackers. And
everyone do that anyway.
Everyone does that anyway. Yeah, I think people get bored of it. I was talking to Trav about it today. It reminds me of Newt Gingrich on Bill Clinton. Kept pecking away about the blowjob thing, and it was people just didn't fucking care. So it was kind of similar with Trump. But yeah, I mean, she just didn't have enough. And the biggest thing out of it all, apart from not having enough time. No one can say her first fucking name. You cannot have a president of the United States and no one can say your name right. So I can't still say it. Kamala Cabello? I don't know.
Close.
To be honest, who cares now? She lost. So we move on.
I missed it in the Card Tricks chat. Didn't someone say that Linda's been picked as quite a high position in Fox's cabinet?
She was last time, wasn't she? She was small businesses or something last time. So
yeah,
it wouldn't be a shock, no.
Yeah, I think she's even higher this time around.
Oh wow.
We'll see.
It is what it is. To be honest, don't get me wrong, I'm not a supporter of Trump, and I think he's a madman. I really do. Truly, honestly, I think he's absolutely insane. But at being his age, he's got nothing to prove in the world, really. To keep coming back at his age and have that energy and determination. Can you imagine being over twice the age you are now? Jamie, that is.
Get fucked.
And still having that passion and drive in life to be the top person in the country. Fuck that, man.
Well, mate,
I'd be enjoying.
He got shot. he got
That's
shot
true
and
as well,
gave
yeah.
the fist bump. Fist pump. So
That's crazy. It really is. Like as a standpoint of what people can do at such a late stage of their life, fucking fun, amazing, phenomenal, really.
yeah.
Did you? I was looking on eBay just to kind of see like Trump cards and see obviously where they were
Top Trump
posted.
cards.
Top Trumps. Any top
Trumps.
Trumps? No, I was in just having a quick scout online. There's a lot of people putting up the 1990 WrestleMania Classic set online because
Yeah.
Trump's in the front row. Jesus, like some people are really like hammering up those prices, saying like Trump's rookie, and it's like him with half a guardrail in front of his eyes. But I mean, people trying their luck with it. So
That's funny, isn't it? But you can say that about like anyone who's visible in the crowd. It's their rookie card. That's mad.
yeah.
There's a few others. You know that Netflix documentary about the two brothers that killed their parents?
Yeah.
There's a card of them two as courtside in a basketball game as well.
Oh,
It's
jeez.
in Hoops, isn't it?
Hoops, yeah.
Is it Hoops? Yeah, I saw that. It's mad, that is.
Anyway, other than Mr. Donald Trump, how are we all doing? What you been up to? Up to anything?
I've been quite busy, actually.
Same, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't normally do much, to be honest, but I've had a busy couple of weeks. Took my dad out for the day.
Oh, yeah, you went to Warhammer, didn't you?
Who
That
is
was really cool.
Warhammer?
Geeks and boobs, yes. That was
Two
was
different
very
types
fun.
of boobs.
It was, oh my God, the smell of the people in Warhammer. Oh my God. Like, so the next day I went to watch a band play, which, so it's an indie band called KGust. We'll play
I'd
that
put
later on.
KGust,
Jamie, we'll play Walk Away on the whole later on, right? You don't need to remind me. Look, we'll do that. But everyone smelt lovely in there compared to what they did at Warhammer World. They just, honestly, personal hygiene of geeks, man. I forgot the smell of it. Jesus Christ!
Did HGUst did it?
It was horrific. It really was. So, but yeah, it was an enjoyable day. I had far too much chicken. You would have been proud of me. Lots of boneless hot wings with
Hot sauce.
Daytona sauce all over, smothered all over them. It was lovely. I went to watch the band. I went to watch the MK Dons play. I wish I didn't go and watch the MK Dons play. They were shit against Wimbledon.
Oh, they lost, didn't they?
Oh, it was terrible. They literally didn't turn up. The worst
They've
thing
lost
was...
a few times to Wimbledon, haven't they, recently? In like the last 3 meetings, I think they've lost all 3 of them or something. I saw some stat about it recently.
I think the last time... I've seen them play them a couple of times, but generally they've won.
Yeah.
And I've been watching them for like 10 plus years.
Yeah.
So I remember the heel of Obsimabor. That was fun. Like, one of the players scored the goal on his heel, and his name was Obsimabor. So that was, instead of the hand of Madonna, it was Maradona. Not Madonna. Get into the groove. The heel of Obsimabor. So yeah, that was just depressing, man. The worst thing is about that is they put on cheap tickets for the day to try to entice people in, and then when your team plays shit, the people are like, "I'm not coming back for this." It has like the adverse reaction that you were trying to do. So put cheap tickets on, but make sure your players actually play the fucking game. It was just, they were so flat. There was no pace. The guy on the right hand side is a black guy, and he had the biggest arse ever, and it was like watching a duck waddle. It was bad, man. It was not good. Anyway, but apart from that, I've had a lovely couple of weeks. Chris, how
You've been busy boy. Yeah, no, I've had a few little outings myself this past couple of weeks, unlike the ones before. London Card Show last weekend with the ATP, part of the ATP, Tommy and Sam. That was really good. And then I will talk a little bit more about that later in like purchases and stuff. And then last night I went to see Gunther Steiner, An Evening With.
I saw that advertised.
Well. I'm wearing a
That's
shirt.
so
look.
weird. Yeah, that's cool, man.
We look like
I
a
love
bunch
it.
of wankers. It's missed out the fucking on it, but I guess you can't have fucking and then wankers on the shirt.
Sorry,
so-
Margaret.
Sorry, Margaret.
Nice.
But yeah,
was that? Was that in Cambridge?
I was in Cambridge at the Corn Exchange. Yeah, I bought this to
Nice.
wear with my kids.
Yeah.
We look like a bunch of wankers. So yeah.
Mate, I can't believe, like, I saw that advertised. It must have been yesterday. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then you went to it. That's amazing.
It was good fun.
Any good stories?
Night. Yeah, loads of good stories. Lots of... It was more focused on like his earlier life and stuff. So I think he'll probably do another one. He's writing like a second book where I think it's mainly about F1. So yeah, I would go to it again if he was doing like a second one for sure.
We went to the Harry Redknapp one in Cambridge last year, and that was really good. Just him, like, I know obviously you can tell a good story, but just hearing some anecdotes that the ones you haven't heard before, like they're quite nice, those evening type things. Yeah. They're always quite a relaxed thing, aren't they, to go and do? Yeah.
Good fun. Jamie, how about you? Been busy boy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, been fairly busy with stuff really. Got on a sort of a different note, so I got some issues with the doctor. I might have a suspected hernia, which I got maybe doing pumpkin picking a couple of weeks ago. So just before I went to the States, we went to a pumpkin patch, and we obviously were picking up the pumpkins. And a couple of days later, just before I was back to travel, I said to Abby, oh, I feel a bit strange, like under my rib. I wonder if I've got, something coming on. And she said, we'll go to America. It might just be like pre-trip nerves. I was like, yeah, we'll see how we get on. Went there, it didn't get any better. Then I come back and I said to the doctor, I said, this doesn't feel right. And they said, take this medication to see if it's like indigestion. It's kind of that kind of level of stuff. If not, we might have to get you in for a hernia scan. So I'm now waiting for a hernia scan. That's the only thing I can think of is pumpkin picking. So bend your knees, not your belly and your back.
Picking up heavy pumpkins. Get smaller pumpkins, Jamie.
Yeah, dear, oh dear. But so I'm
sorry, you're okay for another year, Jamie.
Next year.
I can heal up. Good excuse to start getting fitter. So it's nothing drastic, but it's amazing how you can do a little bit of damage to yourself, not realising. But I'm all good otherwise. So
good. Right, shall we talk some wrestling and if we've actually been watching any? Because Crown Jewel, I didn't catch it. Did either of you guys catch Crown Jewel?
I watched it on the break.
Yes. All right, Card Tricks break.
Yeah, so I watched it on Card Tricks. I mean, I don't know. Are we doing a special on this? I can't even remember if we're doing a special on this one. I don't think we are.
I don't think we were expected to. I think we've kind of leading up now to Survivor Series, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
I think the Crown Jewel, I think we're just letting it go by, really.
Yeah, I mean, and there's probably a reason for that. I mean, I just found it like a big house.
It's just a bit of a non-event, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what I've got read in my notes.
I was just sitting there watching it going. I think the best match, ironically, on the card, which meant obviously nothing, was the Seth match against Bronson. I actually really enjoyed it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it was just like, ugh. I mean, it's wrestling. It was watchable, but nothing really happened, to be honest. Those belts are stupid. They really are.
Are they massive?
They're massive. It just felt like everyone was there for a big payday.
Yeah.
Do you reckon
it's essentially what it is, isn't it?
Also, what do you reckon the belt cost would be for the replicas of those damn things? They're going to be so expensive, and people will buy them, won't they, regardless?
Yeah.
They haven't done them, though, have they, as replicas?
Yet.
Yeah. I'm sure they probably will. But, yeah, I just don't see the point of, like... I get, like, don't get me wrong, my favourite belt is the Royal Rumble. The greatest Royal Rumble belt. Bring that one back.
The big green beast.
I love that. The green beast.
The green palm tree or something.
Yeah, it was lovely. But yeah, these belts, absolutely useless. Because you're not going to... They ain't going to do anything with them. So they're gone and forgotten about now for the next year, aren't they? So it's like, it just seems a bit stupid, really. It's just like all that bling for no reason. It doesn't make any sense to me, other than,
money.
Them showing their wealth over there, basically. But hey,
at least they get some wrestling over there. That's the way to look at it.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. Jamie, did you watch it?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I logged quickly into the Card Tricks break. I saw it when Casper was breaking. I think Cody and it was right near the end of the show, so I kind of saw the last 10 minutes of the Cody Gunter match. And then I saw it kind of go off the air, so I was kind of there for the last bit, but I missed all the pre-show. I've not seen any of Crown Jewel yet, to be honest. So, I mean, if there's nothing noteworthy really to watch, I probably won't bother going back and watching it. But
I feel the same,
yeah, I'm not. I mean, there wasn't anything major there, so
I do like, don't get me wrong with it. It's actually really nice for us to have a pay-per-view that's on at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's for me, that's just like perfect. I can
Dream,
put it on in the background. I can pause it a bit, you know what I mean, when I want to, and just kind of get back to it when I want to. And it's just perfect. I love an earlier pay-per-view. Obviously, we've grown up either having to watch it the next day or like be hard like a zombie the next day because we've really wanted to watch it. Jamie, I'm sure you've more than us two both probably stayed up far too late on far too many occasions to watch it. But more like that, please. You know, more early evening stuff. Love it. Thank you.
It does.
Hang on,
so I could say, you know, it's like when I was in the States, it's so nice to watch something and it finishes at 7 o'clock at night and then you've got the rest of the evening. I mean, that must be the norm for most Americans. And it's like, that's the dream, isn't it? Not having to be up till 3 or 4 in the morning to watch stuff, you know?
Yeah. I think it's back in the day, it wasn't necessarily a problem because you didn't have the internet. So you could watch it for 4 days later or whatever, and you wouldn't see anything about it.
You always get notifications and stuff now, don't you? Yeah.
You can't click on Facebook, I can't without seeing something like that. So
no.
I was surprised.
Go on, bud.
Or before I was surprised that. So just a couple of things from Crown Jewels. Crown Jewels.
That's
Crown Jewel.
Sounds a bit rude. I think people were overly surprised that the new Bloodline won, not the old Bloodline. And I'm a bit like, well, if the new Bloodline just came out and beat them in the first match,
that's the end of that.
All right. Let's strike off that story that's been going for 17 years, shall we? In one fell swoop in Saudi Arabia. Brilliant.
Was it Solo went over on Roman as well?
Yeah, he did.
Clean. Yeah. So that was cool to see.
So, but I was a bit shocked by people's thoughts on that, though. And I do think I think Jade will win the Royal Rumble. Okay. The women's Royal Rumble, maybe the men's. I don't know at this point. She'll win the women's Royal Rumble, and I think they'll keep Bianca and her as a team. They probably drop the titles before Mania, and then in the Mania match, whoever she's against, Bianca will cost them the match, and that will set up a feud, probably going into SummerSlam or something like that. Oh.
I mean,
that's my thought, because they keep winning as a tag team, and it's just building. It's too close to Mania now not to build that up further, I think now. So,
I mean, is there any chance that Bianca beats Nia Jax for the women's title before that point, and then you do have that conflict that Jade wins the Rumble and Bianca is the women's champ? Probably. And she does the whole Batista Triple H thing where she like gives a thumbs up and then thumbs down or something, you know?
Probably. Like they could build it for the title. I would like it for like on the, because they do that with old AEW stars, don't they fuck them on the highest stage possible.
Yeah.
Like your stock ain't worth shit. Knock you back down. But that is possible as well, mate. But I do think something will happen around Mania with them. I think it's far too obvious now that they have to break them up and make them fight each other soon.
The mega powers, mate.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think it's gone on a bit too long as well now, to be honest. I think Jade is to the detriment of Jade as well.
Mm.
But yeah, sorry, Chris. That was just...
Okay. Anyone been watching any other wrestling? The only things I've got written down is sort of Ricochet turning up in New Japan. Anyone see that? Challenging Zack Sabre Jr.?
I saw the clip. Obviously, that was doing the round of him doing the springboard in the suit, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I haven't seen NXT, but I've seen the clips do the rounds. Obviously, we had Rhino making an appearance, Gorin, Lloydy's favourite, Mr. Stone. We had the Dudleys. I mean, there was a few, obviously, the ECW stuff. I guess that was quite nice. It seems to be that they're doing quite a lot of that with NXT. It's kind of like trying to get that lapsed fan to also follow the new stars. That was quite cool. So I've seen those clips. And of course, I have seen Dynamite for this week, so it's all.
Hey,
Clip notes, Jamie. What are the clip notes?
What happened?
What happened, Jamie? I'm
so
not going to watch it.
we're not gonna
probably,
watch
so.
it.
No, I mean, so you've now got Blackpool Combat Club being called the Death Riders. So they're now going through that new kind of style of things. Powerhouse Hobbs came back and was Ricochet's tag team partner. So they went up against Fletcher and what's his name? Takeshita. So they had a mixed tag. So Hobbs is now a face, I imagine, at this point. So yeah, that's all good. So yeah, Mark Davis has obviously come back to Dynamite last week. So there's now that kind of thing with the sort of United Empire kind of stuff going on. You know, whose side is he on? Malachi Black may have had his last match in AEW last night as well,
Yeah,
which was a bit of a strange one.
Yeah.
Him and Adam Cole had a sort of nondescript match, but it finished with him telling Adam Cole to put him out of his misery as such, and then gave him a big hug at the end. So maybe Malachi's on his way back to the Fed.
Well, which makes sense because his missus is there, right?
So, yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's it. I mean, that was it really. Just that kind of
can't
build
wait
up to
for him
Full
to
Gear.
come back with his mood socks. Oh, I'm wearing green because I feel malevolent today. Fuck off.
I do find it strange. Like, I mean, okay, maybe he's not done as much as you expect that he would be doing in AEW. But like, when you got a guy like Ricochet coming over who has always been the same level as Malachi Black, who's come over because he wasn't being used, you would maybe second guess yourself, even if your missus was over there, saying, actually, I don't really want to be doing nothing in WWE either, you know? But, I mean, each of their own.
I think he'll go back into NXT. Probably.
That's where
Probably,
he kind of shone the
yeah.
most, wasn't it?
I can imagine him like tagging with like Cross's Lot or something like that, or being with Cross's Lot. I don't know.
I would love to see, I don't know what happened to Michael Dante, but I would love to see those two like do that tag team again, because they were a cracking tag team, really, on the indies.
Sumerian Death Squad.
Mm.
Yeah, that was going back a few years, wasn't it?
But yeah, but that's it. That's your AEW rundown in 30 seconds. So.
Cool. Right, thanks
No
for
MJF?
that.
No, Jeffy's just sort of videos and stuff at the minute. I think he's filming. Is it Happy Gilmore too? In it, he's involved with.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's something like
So yeah, he's away for that at the minute.
Cool.
Cool. Right, that's enough about the weather. Shall we move over to some card news now? What's up,
Before we do, and again, sorry to interrupt, because I did say that I would mention this on the, as in the watch we're watching. What we haven't been watching lately, and what we do need to watch. Travis has been asking about this. A few people actually, because I know Johnny loves it as well. We need to start talking more about darts. Apparently, there's an underbelly of fandom in the States which really wants us to talk about darts.
It's coming up to Christmas.
We're not even in dart. We're not in peak dart season at this point, are we? A couple of weeks we'll be all over the darts.
Well, the Grand Slam is on this coming weekend.
Yeah.
So
we'll try and watch some Grand Slam.
Well, the Grand Slam used to be cool because it used to be,
wasn't it?
it used to be PDC versus the BDO, and then when the BDO went, it was just like the PDC guys against each other in another tournament. It's just like you have to qualify by winning stuff. So no, I'm looking forward to it. We'll give updates. It would be finished by the time we do the next show. So I'll give a full review on the next show.
You know what darts needs? It needs another like young rival for Luke the Nuke, doesn't it? It needs like another prodigy so they can
coming through.
Can have a rival. Yeah,
but from a different country.
Yeah, that'd be much better.
From the Netherlands.
German, like Klaus. Yeah, like really get under his skin. Oh, you think you're good? Oh, you're shit, yeah, little. Oh, you're so little. Yeah, that'd be so fun.
Klaus the Bomb or something.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Anyway,
handing out chops left, right, and centre.
Throwing darts at each other.
I mean, that would be the pinnacle for Luke Littler, having a guy come in who was German or Austrian and he entered to Walter's old theme up to the Oki. Now that would be amazing, wouldn't it? With Luke Littler on stage, just like unbelievable after he's entered to Cody's theme. Oh man, talk about Luke Littler. Has he had his card set out yet? That top hasn't dropped yet, has it?
No, I don't think so. He's a big wrestling fan as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Luke Littler's
probably be well
fan.
up for a
he's
rival,
a right mark. Yeah,
he'd love a rival. Anyway, right? Shall we talk some cards?
Book it, AI.
Book it. Card news. Let's start off with some WWE. There's quite a bit of card news this week.
Quite a bit's an understatement, isn't it?
It's been
busy.
Panini Instants. Did you guys see these when they came out? I think, Dave, you were talking about them in the group, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, normally, I keep, every couple of days I keep an eye. Nobody else keeps an eye on it.
No.
I do generally take a little swizz to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And they dropped quite a lot, to be honest. It was there was quite an extensive amount.
Should I list them? Right. Halloween Havoc.
Go through them.
The set was Julia Gulia and a Stephanie Vacua double card there. Tony D'Angelo, Ridge Holland, Fallon Henley, Trick Williams, Bubba Ray, and then there was Motor City Machine Guns as well. I'm not sure if that was because that's like a SmackDown debut card, isn't it? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a New Arrivals almost. And then there was autos available as well. The only ones that I actually saw were Tony D'Angelo and Trick Williams because they're the ones that are still on there. Obviously, once they sell out, you can't see them. So what were the other ones, or do you know what the other ones were?
No, I don't know what
No.
No.
I mean, I don't think there was any of the big autos. I don't think
There was
Julia
no
or
Julia
Vacua.
Gulia, no.
We would have seen that, wouldn't we, ultimately? So
I mean, and we can underline it. None of us got anything. Tommy got the Gulia and the
to
Stephanie
5, didn't he?
To
To 5, yeah.
which is going to be, once he gets it, he could probably flip that for like 10 times the amount, probably to the pervs.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he got the other to 5 that dropped before, didn't he? So PC started there.
I was surprised about that Jamie didn't get the Motor City Machine Guns 1 of 1 because it was there, Jamie, and I know you love the Motor City. I'm not having a good night on the mic there. The Motor City Machine Guns.
I mean, I was looking for a little while because it was up. I mean, I didn't look until much later in the night, and it was still up there. But then I was looking at the 5s because again, most of those were still available, and I think they were like $29 or $39, so they're like a good price. But I didn't pull the trigger in the end. But a lot of the stuff was up there for some time. Even the Bubba Ray 1 of 1 was up there for some time. I know it's only Bubba Ray, but we thought there would be someone.
It still is.
Oh, it's still up there, is it?
When I looked yesterday, the day before it was, yeah.
But it's crazy, really, that these hang around for so long, really. You'd have thought that, I mean, people who like go after the Dudleys and breaks, you would have thought they would be desperate just to even pick that up for the price they are, you know. But there we are. But yeah, I didn't get anything either.
Cool, right. None of us did then. Next, we got WWE Select. First off the line, it went Dutch style. What was the floor? 266, but yeah, reports saying that it went the stage above that, like 275, 280.
Yeah, it was on 266 for like seconds.
For like a second and then sold, yeah. So you'd imagine nobody kind of got that price. None of us went for this, did we? I didn't go for this.
I mean, it's a break product, basically.
It's a break product. So. I mean, it is...
We have literally breaks going on as we speak right now. We have FTO breaks in America going on currently right now.
Yeah.
So.
And the breakdown of it is just one extra card, is it? It's just a to 8 mojo.
Not much, yeah.
That's not a lot for your bang for your buck, really, is it?
Well, it was, you had 2 last year, didn't you? But you had the chance of getting an out of 2 ringside as well.
Yes, yeah.
Which I got.
You got the LA Knight, was it?
I did.
That was it, yeah.
That's how I have my Brock Color Blast because of that. So, but I think it's still, like, for the price of it, they've always kind of been around that $250 mark, haven't they, price-wise for for Select. So an out of 8, and especially if you get like a Rock or something like that, it's a no-brainer. So, yeah. It's just a shame. We're like, feel like, I mean, we'll get into this when we talk about it, but they've obviously scaled it back a bit, haven't they? Because there's no mezzanine in it, and there's one less FOTL card.
There's a little rushed, little... Is it rushed or is it, like you said, scaled back? Cost cutting?
I don't know. I just don't know. Like, they probably thought to themselves, we can make the same amount of money for less. I just went in and out then. Hello.
Hi.
I'm back.
No harm done.
No harm done. I just think, as I said, they probably had a talk about it and thought that they can do the same amount. They can do less and get the same amount of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't really blame them.
And Hobby is out Friday. Card Tricks is going to be your place for UK breaks. They're all listed, ready to go. But it is available on Sports Trading Cards if you want to grab a box yourself. It's priced at £240 Great British pounds, which is the most it's been straight off the bat so far in any release. When you think...
You know this, Chris. How long is it normally? Is it?
It's normally about 220, 225, yeah. Okay. So it's only a little bit more, but yeah.
I mean, it sounds a bit weird, but the dollar is now weaker, isn't it, in some respects? It depends when they got it, but that's going to make an impact to our prices over here on boxes, isn't it, I think?
Could do,
I don't know. Like
Friday. It's very, very soon.
Yeah. I think it'd be great. Honestly, I really do. Like, even though I'm a bit bitter because there's not a lot of Bron in there for me, personally. And to be honest, I can't even afford Bron prices these days. They're going through the
You're
roof.
Broned out.
Broned out, really. Broned out of breaks. But so I go like Carlito these days. That's my I love a bit of Carlito, to be honest. And Cross when I can. But yeah, I think it'll be great. I think it was very reminiscent of Chris, you saw the EPL this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it looks like that.
Does look like that, yeah. And it's basketball is the same as well.
Yeah.
Actually, now I think about it.
If you like,
keeping it simple,
Select, if you like Select, I mean, I think you'll love it.
Which we all do, but obviously the next thing we're going to talk about is Panini Free Count. And so if you go on Sports Trading for £10 more, you could get a box of this. It's priced at $250 on Sports Trading. So bigger risk, bigger reward. We've spoken about it in the past few shows, but yeah, it's I believe it's next Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? Potentially. I mean, the checklist has come down now, hasn't it? I think it's on Panini's American website. Yeah, $250, 15th of November.
Yeah, it's just obviously they're coming up to year end, contract end, and it's
pushing products out.
Get over the line.
Yeah, I can't blame them. But my head on it is very much if you think about the two, my head is on about that downtown.
So there's 20 downtowns. Quite a cool checklist.
It's just because it's different. It's something they haven't done before.
Someone we haven't seen. It's one of the more recognizable cards from Panini's cards.
That's just a personal thing, man. That's like so many people love Select so much that all they're thinking about right now is Select. Cool, but I'm just like, I got one eye on Free Count at the minute going, I think this is going to be fun. But we'll see.
I mean, staying with Panini, hasn't officially been announced to my knowledge, but we've seen on Carmen Petrovic's Instagram account. She was a little sneaky one. She was signing Flawless, which is again another one of these high-end sets. I think even more so than anything we've seen so far with WWE and Panini. So yeah, I don't know how much that's going to be.
I have a bit of a suspicion.
What's that?
It's not going to be Flawless.
No, you think it's going to be inserted within something?
Chronicles,
yeah.
Mm.
I did wonder.
What did we have this year? Chronicles 2023. We did.
Yeah, we did. That is right.
I just can't see them doing 3 count and then Flawless.
It would be a big, both two really high-end products. But it could easily be within Chronicles for sure. But it looked like on-card autos, which was good.
Yeah.
So when does the contract finish? That finishes at the end of the year officially.
Yeah, but there's a grace period until like March.
So I'm saying
stuff out.
Get stock,
Yeah.
So in theory, if she's signing now, we'd have to expect that she's either a redemption or they're getting very, very close to start shipping these out pretty quickly. Because if you want it out in the new year, that doesn't leave you much time to get things going, does it really? And Chronicles normally comes out at the beginning of the year, doesn't it? So
I think the first one came out end of 2022, sort of November, December time, I think.
I think it was the 31st of December.
Right at the very end of the year.
Do you remember? Because we were like, there's no way that's coming out. And then it did.
It did.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, guys, but it could be flawless. And then it's like, because they've done it before with Immaculate and Impeccable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like weeks apart, not even that, wasn't it?
100%. But what's the betting? It's Chronicles. And everyone's going to be like, oh.
Chronicles. I loved Chronicles this year.
I don't get me wrong, I love
Favourite.
Chronicles. I love Chronicles. But that was the delayed Chronicles that we had from a year, basically. So,
That's it, yeah.
but nobody thought about that. Nobody thought, oh, hang on a second, it's Chronicles.
Hold that thought.
But you never
Lloydy.
know. You never know.
And then just before we move off of Panini, did you guys see this private sale? I just wanted to mention this really quickly. I haven't written it in the notes. The Roman Reigns Black 1 of 1 from Prism 2022 PSA 10 sold 40 grand, 40 American grand.
40 American camels.
40 American grand.
Yeah,
40 camels.
Slightly less
Well,
than
no, it's
40 grand.
4 camels. Just
Camels were.
4 camels. And a hoof.
Do you guys know anything about this? I've only seen the very minimal. Was it Breaker Mayfield or something to do with him? Part of it?
Partly to do with Mayfield, yeah.
Okay.
So, but that's all I know. But yeah, it's the third most expensive wrestling card that's ever been sold.
Ever, yeah.
So it's obviously The Rock, and then the
Hogan 8.
Hogan,
87?
yes, no,
83.
8. Oh, the early Hogan, isn't it? The Cosmos 81.
Cosmos, yeah,
Yeah.
and then well, good
Then
knowledge.
this, wow, yeah.
And then this one, yeah. So it doesn't happen often, does it, that we get a big sale like that? We've always said on the pod, though, that person to challenge will be Roman going into the years. Like, his early cards have not been on sale throughout this further boom that we're having now. So it'd be interesting to see, like, his big cards from when he first started on Topps, to see what they sell for in the next couple of years. I still think he's going to be regarded, and he is now regarded as a legend, but we'll see.
See how big of a legend. Cool, right. So that's about it from WWE and Panini. There's a little bit of AEW news, but nothing too exciting. We've got Allure 2024 and Black Diamond both showing up on the same day on certain websites at the moment, which is the 27th of November. Obviously, we're not going to get both on the same day.
I want both
You'd
on the same
think-
day.
You'd think.
I want both on the same
You want to
day.
splurge.
I want the chaos. I want the absolute chaos of it.
Would be
being on the same
insane.
day. So funny.
They might as well do a e-pack release of, another hobby or something on the same day as well. Do you genuinely though? Do you think we'll get one of these? Either one of these? No, Dave's shaking his head. I can't see Jamie, but I'd imagine he's shaking his head as well.
I was nodding, but I was not doing like a confident nod. All I can say is, could we not just ask Billy Celio for an update, and then we just update?
Ooh, see if
I
we can
can.
get the download.
I will ask. I don't think he'll give us anything, but
No, I just wonder if he
will
can
ask.
confirm if that looks like it's a real date.
Well, one of them is going to be a real date. I will ask and just say, look, if you had any idea
Is this
of
true?
actual confirmed dates at all for any of these products right now, I can't see them coming out to next year. I'd be very surprised if they get one, because they were pushing for Black Diamond, and then it looks like it switched around, and it to Allure going first.
Yeah.
If we're going to get one, I think it would be Allure, but until I
I'd
see a
be happy with
checklist,
that.
I don't believe anything.
Yeah.
Because when you get a checklist, you're looking at about 2 weeks before it comes out, right? So
We shall see. And quickly on prices, so $113 pre-order for Allure and $300 for Black Diamond. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Allure. I think it looks nice. I like the 16 bits again. They look even better this year, I think. They've gone to like 32-bit or something.
32-bit, the nearly 3D.
Yeah, 3D next time.
can't wait till Mario 64 comes out.
Yeah. And the other bit of AEW news, I had to change the notes because this only came out yesterday. We had a double new arrivals. So we had the Hurt Syndicate, the Hurt Association, whatever they're called. I don't know. MVP and Bobby Lashley. Did we buy?
I literally just done a live buy, so I've just bought an MVP and a Bobby Lashley.
Oh, that's exactly what I did earlier. I got both base, so hopefully you do better than me, bud.
I got a base MVP, a base Bobby Lashley, and a silver Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, well done, mate. Well done.
Right, Bobby Dazzler.
Bobby Dazzler. Yeah, literally Bobby Dazzler.
In his suit.
I mean, this is actually my first silver new arrival since, I'm going to say, who was the one who was dating Bubba Ray Dudley? Angelina Love, wasn't it? Is that her name? Angelica Love, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Back in the day.
That was ages ago.
that was the
like
last silver I got
2022
in
or
the new arrivals. That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. That's all good.
Cool. Dave, no.
Fuck no.
If
I want to watch Little and Large, I'll stick Dave on. There's an English thing right there.
It's now you and Dave.
Is it called You and Dave? Is it?
Yeah, you and Dave now, isn't it?
Oh god.
Cool. So that pretty much wraps us up for card news this week. So shall we move over to Jamie's Corner?
Colonel's Corner.
Right, let's move over. So let's start things off with something I won't forget about. Let's do Wrestling Card Wednesday, because I always forget about it, whether or not it's in the group or not. So we'll go back.
Don't do my card.
No, I won't do yours. Yours don't count.
Okay.
Right, we'll go through Wrestling Card Wednesday for the last 2 weeks. So Lloydy, right off the mark, a week or so ago, coming in at 7:29 to tell everyone it was Wrestling Card Wednesday. So even Pip Coffin dropped to the post when it comes to Wrestling Card Wednesday. So well done for you getting up that early, Lloydy. But yeah, he started things off with
Getting
a trade.
that early, that's a fucking lying.
Like,
I'm up at 5:30.
So I mean, Coffin Trot was he said beat me to it. I got up late, so I mean you can sort out with Coffin Drop as to how early it goes up.
Oh no, like I just did it because I had something that I wanted to put out in the morning, and I was busy for the rest of the day. That's all.
So but yeah, so Coffin Drop actually put up the card that I'd done a deal ski with, so I'll talk about that in my purchase, but he put it up as his Wrestling Card Wednesday. So that was the match day moments of Sting leaping off the balcony in the PSA 9. And then as we went through the day, we had some other bits and pieces come through. So Chris, not our Chris, other Chris, put up a card of
other Chris.
not our Chris, not Card Tricks Chris, another Chris.
Not CMC.
More on this later.
Yeah.
All the Chris's. But he put up a card of The Fiend Bray Wyatt from WrestleMania. So that was one he put up on the Wrestling Card Wednesday. And also put up there his very first 1 of 1, which is an Austin Theory 1 of 1, which is a season ticket, which is all good from there. And there had a few non-wrestling cards come through, so thank you for joining the chat, but we will not include in Wrestling Card Wednesday on this occasion as we go through. And then as we go through for this week, so Coffin Drop was back on form, putting the Wrestling Card Wednesday up at 5:43 this week, so way earlier than you, Lloydy. But he put up a allure card of Bryan Danielson, so that was his input for this past week. Chris, not our Chris, not Card Tricks Chris, the other Chris, put up his Defy Photogenic of Austin Theory. Then we had Timmy, he put up the Undertaker Throughout the Years card, which is that lovely one from Photogenic. We've got 3 eras of Taker. Then we had our Chris. Do you want to say what you put up? The Chris. Sorry, do you want to say what you got, or do you want to save that for later on for your purchases?
No, you can say it now. That's fine. You can say it.
So Chris done one of his breaks on his channel. Our Chris. CMC, ATP. So he put up his Photogenic prize, I guess you can say, his main hit from the Photogenic set. A nice Trish Stratus also, which is a very, very nice card actually. So that was a nice one to see.
Maze.
Sorry, mate, what?
It's a Maze to 25 as well.
Mate, it's so nice.
Very nice.
Then we had Scott Crouch. He put up a couple of PSA early Sting cards. So we had a couple of those crop up in the chat. And that was pretty much all we had for Wrestling Card Wednesday come through, excluding all the ones from Lloydy. So quite a few nice cards on Wrestling Card Wednesday. Again, if you want to get involved with that, you can. Head over to the Card Tricks WhatsApp community and come hop onto Wrestling Card Wednesday. So move on to other kind of bits and pieces on the other business. So I mentioned a few weeks ago about having a bit of a website, so I have now started to work on that. So what I've got set up, I set up kind of a WordPress website, but I've also got some code in there which is actually pulling resources from different sites. So the idea is that when we have kind of news and release dates, they'll automatically update. So you can come to that one central source and see the latest news for any incidents that have appeared or if any release dates have changed on certain websites and stuff. So I'm hoping that will try and go live before December. So I'll put the link up once it's all done and dusted, but that should be kind of where we're at with the news side of things and keep everything into one place. So that should be quite a cool thing that we can have as kind of a wrestling card resource, which isn't really out there at the moment. And then I mentioned around kind of a sort of limited set to 15 wrestling card set. Now this is in the works at the moment. I'm just working through the artwork as it is. We're going for a kind of a colour-in card. So what I've done, I've kind of done like not a colouring book, kind of like a
Dot
line
lines,
thing.
dot the lines.
Dot the line type thing, but it's going to be a mixer that you can like draw around them, but also there'll be some ones you can colour in as well.
Oh.
And they're going to be kind of Christmas themed, so there'll be kind of like your Mick Foley's Father Christmas, or I've got one of Tajiri spraying mist in Bubba Ray's face where they're both dressed up at Father Christmas. So they'd be quite cool images, but I thought it'd be quite a fun thing that you can kind of like, do dot to dot or do the colouring. So
Have you done Eddie Kingston's penis?
no, I haven't. It's not very festive, is it? I can make it festive if you want.
Put a bell on it.
The bell end, yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, so it's going to be Christmas cards. So that's what the idea behind them was. So they'll be set to 15. I'll be setting them to print over the next couple of weeks, and they should be here ahead of Christmas. So if you want to get hold of them, I'll do all the prices in the next few weeks. But yeah, limited to 15 sets. So
I'm looking forward to that.
So yeah, a little bit of fun for Christmas and a little bit something different there. And that's about it for me, really. Yeah, the main thing, just website, cards, and Wrestling Card Wednesday. So we can move over for a Nook update, I think.
Cool. Chris's Nook. So I won the last Nook challenge, and I chose taking a crap, or straining, to put it nicely, straining to try and take a crap. So quick update on the hunt. How are we all doing on this?
I mean, I've succeeded and ahead of all of you guys, aren't I?
You have, yeah. Jamie's really done really well there, but
For once.
quite the well. It's there. It's with you. So
I have it. It's not what I thought it was going to be. We won't go through it this week,
no,
but I have it.
it's something.
It's something.
Do you want the? I mean, you only have one technical entry. Let's put it that way. Do you want the backstory now, or do you want to say that?
We'll do it for the next time round.
Okay.
Let's bottle that one. Let's keep that insanity for the next show.
Time round.
Yeah, Jamie, you did make me laugh though today. I was like, oh my god, what's he done?
Did you get your earthquake though? That was in there as well.
I did. Thank you so
earthquake.
much. Yes, I did. Thank you. You basically intermittently send me earthquakes out of 199. It's amazing. I won't put it as part of the purchases, but I now have like 33 out of. It's like 17% almost. So we're getting there, boys. We're getting
close.
there.
You're getting close.
Like, let's push to 50 at least.
So
That'd be hilarious.
A quarter of the stock.
You know what I mean? I know that'd be hilarious. But yeah, I saw someone actually had the earthquake, the undercard one of one the other day.
Oh,
I think that was Mayfield as well. Nice. And I think he wanted like 300 for it or 200 for it, and I was like, that's too expensive, man. Like for yeah, I don't know. Prices these days for one of ones have just gone through the roof.
Yeah, it's really hard to sort of, because I feel the same on Carl Anderson Black 101, but you know that has gone up in price recently, so they've jacked the price up on that even more.
My word.
Dave, how are you doing on the hunt?
I bought mine today.
Cool.
Mine's coming to you, isn't it, Chris?
Yes.
So I'll get it and send it off. So,
is it UK based? Let's hope it's
UK based. I always source mine from UK if I can. I would much prefer to try and get them from if my idea is from like gettable from UK sellers, I would always try and get it from UK sellers. So
Yeah, mine was not.
Difficult.
I couldn't get mine. It's like a card that I already own. So I didn't want to use that one. I wanted to get another one. But yeah, it was just buying it cheap from America. So that is on its way. If we get close to the actual reveal of the cards, I'll just send mine and I'll take the other one. But hopefully it will turn up beforehand.
It is difficult though, because like you have this card in mind.
Yeah,
like,
and you're
card in mind.
I've got to
and you're
get
like,
it.
fuck.
Because sometimes that happens and it's too expensive. Like it would be like 20 quid or something, or $20, and I'm like, right, that's not. But this was like dirt cheap, and it was quite frustrating that I couldn't get it in this country. Cool. So cool. Right, I think that's wrapped up for the Nook. Let's take a dive into the President's Hole.
Jamie, play my music. You know what my music is going to be, so please play my music. Not a big gaping hole today. Just a minor. We're talking about straining one out, then going straight into my hole.
Straight into the hole.
Yeah, brilliant. So we were going to do $10.40. It was an open challenge. We did have someone answer this challenge, and that's Brian Lyons. However, we have yet, I believe, to receive the voice clip from Brian Lyons. So Jamie will do that on the next show. And thank you, Brian, for picking up the chalice, as it were, to do this with us. So fantastic.
He jumped on that so quickly as well. He messaged me like it would have been like early morning his time, like 9 or 10 o'clock the day of it landing. So yeah, props to Brian, like straight in there.
That's cool, man. That's what, you know what I mean? I kind of left it. I think after we do this, like, I'll leave it open. I'll mention it. And if people want to do it, we'll see. I don't know. Anyway, so I was going to do the Liberator of the Week. I'm not saying I forgot, I just didn't really have the time. So leave it with me. I'll try and get something done soon for Liberator of the Week. We're due one, well overdue one. We're like, I think we've got like 6-7 cards left. We need to complete it. So leave that one with me. Other than that, not much more from my hole. Cool. Wrap it up.
Fill him in.
Fill it up.
Put a plaster on it. Oof.
Well, after that, I'm a little parched. So shall we take a quick
coffee
break? Not talk, break.
Not talk.
So this week I have chosen nicknames. I'm assuming you've both had, or I mean, we call Lloydy. So, I mean, we've all had nicknames. Jamie's got a nickname on the show. We've all got nicknames on the show. So, I mean, this idea actually came to me last episode when Dave called me the CMC, and I was like, there you go, we could do something. And then if you've heard the Card Foundation this week, I don't know if you noticed my little thing at the start of the show, but they were kind of talking about names and stuff on there. So yeah, I just thought it was appropriate to talk about nicknames. So starting it off, has anyone got any good nicknames that they like currently are called?
Go on, Jamie.
I mean, I'm still, so it's a bit of a weird, so not a weird one as such, but I've always been a bit of a scatty kid growing up, and you know, whatever.
Really?
Yeah. I
am shocked.
I bet you are.
Fucking hell. Jamie, no, really?
The Colonel.
Yeah.
I spit coke out everywhere, man.
It's not just you guys who have picked this up. Like, it's been a known family trait for some time, you know.
Oh, really?
But my dad used to call me Ant Brain when I was a kid, and that's now stayed with me for life. And even like now, I've got like my birthday last year, I had a mug with Ant Brain on it and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of collectively know amongst the family, really, is Ant Brain. But that's it, really. Brain of an ant. Yeah, all the other kind of stuff is just like, you know, normal kind of shortened versions of my name, really. You know, Abby always calls me Jam, so it's just stuff like that.
Do
really,
people call you like Jay? Because your name's just Jamie, isn't it? It's not like James.
Yeah, I mean, people. I mean, like obviously you call me Jay. You know, no, but people. I mean, you call me Jay. Like Sam, obviously, he's always just, you know, put Jay in chat and stuff. So that's. I mean, I don't really mind. I think the only thing that people call me James, and that really irritates me because no, that's not my name. Sort
it's
of.
Not
thing,
even your name. Remotely.
No, it's not even my name at all. No, but no. Most of the time, it's fairly straightforward. I'm not really protective with nicknames either. Like, if people want to give me a nickname, it's always kind of a an affectionate thing. Even Colonel Chaos is an affectionate thing, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I hope.
Definitely. Of course it is.
But you know, that's it really.
I've had loads. I've had tons of nicknames.
Well, you worked in the clubs though, didn't you? Everyone gave you nicknames when you
I
worked
don't
in the
think I
clubs.
ever had one there. I was just called Chris there.
What about the magazine? Did you have a nickname at the
No,
magazine?
not there. I had one time I had a letter turn up to my house that was addressed to Caffel McCaffrey. So for a long while, my girlfriend at the time called me Caffel or Caff. Caff. I've had a few, yeah, as well. When I lived with my mates, doing like a takeaway order, like fish and chips or whatever, and I'd always just get 2 pies. That's what I'd always get. And my mate said 2 pies. He went to say 2 pies Chris, and he said 2 pies Trish. So then I was known as 2 pie Trish for a while while I lived with those guys.
2 pie Trish.
2 pies. And then at school, I think I've said this before. There was like 5 Chris's in my form at school, so I was never really called Chris at school. I was always called McCarthy. That's what mine. You know, like people. I think on the CFP they were saying Danny and Daniel and stuff, whereas mine was just straight surnames. What about you, Dave?
Yeah.
Any nicknames?
Well, that's like mostly the Lloydy always just comes
Lloydy's the
from
obvious
like
one.
it's just synonymous. Like it's weird actually because like with my mates generally I've always been Lloydy, and I've had different nicknames throughout my years. I'll go through them in a bit, but Lloydy was always like to my closest friends. It's always been Lloydy, and I'll always say I prefer it over than Dave or David, to be honest, because it's more playful. It's more, but it's just the name I know. And like weirdly, like my brother's a Lloydy as well. So
yeah, there was a Lloydy at my primary school.
Yeah.
We all just called him Lloydy.
That's the thing. Like I remember it being in a pub with my brother at the bar, and someone said Lloydy, and we both turned around, and then we both kind of looked at each other and went. We nodded. We were like, "Yeah, that's us." So, yeah, it's just always been there, even through school. From as far back as I can remember, it's always just been Lloydy, especially with like the sports teachers. Oi, Lloydy!
Oi, Lloydy!
Yeah,
Lloydy.
definitely. But I've had a few others. Rugby wise, if you were to talk to my old rugby team, they'd call me Moley. Because I used to wear glasses. 2 of these nicknames come from wearing glasses. Because I look like getting out, like taking off the glasses and getting stuck into the mud. I look like a mole. So that's Moley was 1.
You're going to get Sam ideas here. We're doing you a
Molly
Lloydy card.
Penny is 1 because I used to wear glasses. I wear contacts now, guys. So Penny, so Penfold.
Penfold, yeah.
Yeah, that was when working at like factories, like when I was at university and stuff like that during the off season of school and stuff like that. That was a name from there. At university, 8-Ball Dave, because I had an 8-ball tattooed on me.
Oh.
For a laugh. It's on my arm. So 8-Ball Dave.
I assume we still got the 8-ball. You haven't had it removed or covered.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, I've seen that when we were.
Yeah, just don't get drunk and go and have a tattoo done. You bleed a lot.
You do, yeah. Damn straight you do.
Everywhere.
You're like a motherfucker.
It's like, you drunk? I'm like, no. I'm covered in blood, man. Should have seen me in the pub afterwards. I was like, oh, shit. So, yeah, that's about it, really. It's mostly been Lloydy. I've got, so, do you want to talk about, like, friends ones?
Sure, yeah, go.
So I've got some
good friend ones.
I've got, well, like, so my nearest and dearest, I've got Al. His nickname is Bell, and he's been Bell for ages. Bell Boy. It's like his like mod side, you know what I mean? Indie music mods and stuff like that. So Bell Boy. Gareth is G. My mate James, his original nickname was Taliban. It was a different age, guys. It was a different age.
Yeah.
Long hair, beard at the time. So yeah,
Taliban, that makes sense.
Taliban. I've renamed him since. We normally call him JT, but I've renamed him since because we used to play a lot of snooker together, and he's one of those people that if you get a good run at the balls, you're doing well, he'd be like, "Just give me a minute, mate. I'm just going to the toilet." So I nicknamed him James Toilet Break Taylor.
Oh, that would get right on my tits if I was
Mate, he's done it so many times. An old friend of ours, Adam, used to be called Bads because he's a bad boy. Hey. And there's some other ones from school. They were pretty bad, to be honest. Like, there's one girl was called Hairspray because she finished herself off with a bottle of hairspray, apparently.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. One of our friends actually was called Fanny Hannigan. or Fanagan.
Get down the depot office with that name. Jesus.
The thing is, he turned out to be like a cage fighter in the end. Like, you wouldn't fuck with him, and
so that nickname stuck about then.
Yeah, Fanny Hannigan. James Ball called Triggs, I remember. Adam Close, Cheese, and I never understood why he was called Cheese. Pete Morris, Pob. Natalie Whedon had a good one. It was Natalie Weed On, so weed on. And from the pub, I remember there was an old guy who used to like drink in this pub, and he was just called Big Nose Tony.
Big Nose Tone.
Big Nose Tone. Probably still. He's either still there. Well, that pub's closed, so he's probably still in deepest, darkest Newport Pagnell, or he's dead. I don't know. Any others? Microphone Head was a bad one as well. I remember someone called Mike, because their head looked like a microphone.
Nice.
One of my old bosses at a pub looked like David Brent, so we called him Brenty, and he fucking hated it.
Yeah, I bet.
Hated
I'm
it.
not surprised.
Yeah, we used to do that all the time.
We used to have a mate called James Gibbs, and he used to be quite lanky, and he got the nickname Gibbon for having long arms. So he became Gibbon. I know Abby used to have a go at school. She didn't like very very well. Her surname was Muller, and she nicknamed her Muller Rice, and that's what she just called her. But just like I would say about different nicknames. Have you heard Greg Davis's nickname sketch where he goes through nicknames?
Yeah, Baghdad
And all that. Eh?
Baghdad.
And just the way like he builds up those stories is unbelievable, really. But that's if you haven't seen that sketch, do check out Greg Davis's school nicknames. It's just yeah, it's great, really.
He's a comic genius, actually, Greg Davis.
Yeah,
very
he's
good.
A funny guy.
He's
a very funny guy.
I did ask my missus, actually, before we came on air. I said, did you have any, like, people that used to be... Because Microphone Head was in her year. She said, Microphone Head? I said, yeah, I remember that one. And she was like, oh, there was this girl in college. We used to call her Pissy Fingers. And I'm like, why? She goes, she never used to wash her hands after going to the toilet. And I was like, okay. Anything else? It's like, no, that's about it. So, yeah.
Maybe it's a boy thing. Maybe only boys give each other nicknames.
I think it is definitely a boy thing.
Because we always tend to do like surnames of people, like not that they're nicknames such, but if you got like a surname of Lloyd, you always Lawsy, or if it's Rudd, it's always like Ruddy. Like you always just add a Y or an S on it, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a lad thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like I think it's weird that like you've got nicknames behind people's backs that they don't know. And then you've got the nicknames that you call them, but are not necessarily like a professional, like, because, you know, like you wouldn't have it in the workplace.
At
like
work, no one calls you Lloydy. Yeah.
But I find it weird. Like, there's one guy I used to work with, his name's Richard, but he'd always been called Rico. And at work, his name was Rico. It's like he's changed, like, instead of calling him like Dick or anything like that, it was Rico. So, which I find interesting as well. So,
why would you not go for Dick? You would have, you know,
Dick. Yeah,
you got
always got to go for the Dick.
You always got to go for the Dick.
On nicknames, do you think there's anyone out there called Lloyd and would be Lloydy? I wonder if there's anyone who's actually could.
Well, I can't say the name of the person, but I work with someone whose name is very similar. I'll tell you after. But it's been a battle for 3 years because either either one of us needs to change our name, or one of us needs to leave to stop the war that's going on.
Gone.
And it's, but the thing is, it's kind of like I was the one that came second. So when people are looking for him, they get me instead of him on Slack. And then I end up having to say, I think you've gone to the wrong person. And then they're like, oh, so sorry. And it's like, yeah, okay. But it happens like once a week, and it has done for 3 years. At least once a week for 3 years. Really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The gauntlet's down. That's out there in public now, Lloydy. That's it. The gauntlet's laid.
It's all right. It's funny. It comes up in meetings sometimes. Someone will say something and they'll be like, and it's like, oh, Jim. I've been called before as well, because obviously David Lloyd.
Jim, buddy.
Jim.
How's your gym?
Oh, man. So many
your
times.
Your face turned then.
So if like Americans are listening to, or international, or the one person we have listening to us from Australia, g'day, mate. What's your favourite colour, blue? So basically, my David Lloyd is an ex-famous tennis player. So it's an ex-famous cricket player as well, Bumble. And that David Lloyd, the tennis player David Lloyd, created David Lloyd Gyms, which is centered around tennis. It used to be. I'm not sure if it is now.
I didn't realise that.
Yeah. He sold it to the Germans quite soon after not long after he created it, really. And then, so my name is a Jim in the UK. And
you say that with such tiredness in your voice.
Yeah.
Like you told this story hundreds of times in your life.
Own the gym, do you? I said, do I look like a fucking own a gym? Yeah. Brilliant.
I've got to admit, the first time I saw, obviously, Dave's name on like Facebook or something, when I saw you were in like the same sort of groups and trading cards and stuff, I did kind of think, that's a Jim.
Jim.
That's your friendship with Lloydy.
I'm fine. It's fine. Everyone does it. It's fine. I didn't
say it then. I was just like, coincidence.
Just to finish it off though, with that, I do have a lot of famous named friends. So I've
yeah.
James Taylor, Chris Martin.
I got Phil Collins. Oh, same one.
Probably not.
Blonde.
No, old.
Cool.
Used to work with him. But yeah, I've got like a load of, and it's just weird because it's like they probably go through a lot worse than I do.
Oh yeah.
So, I've got a mate called Paul Rudd. Exactly the same, and he he's got the Twitter handle of @PaulRudd. And he said he gets tagged to fuck. And he has obviously been approached by Paul Rudd's management, but obviously since that point, like he's obviously got lots of followers, and he's actually he does a lot of like DJing, so he's obviously a bit of an influencer there as well. But he said
sell it and then change it to Paul Rudd DJ sorted.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Make a bank.
But he said like when they've had like Paul Rudd here for like stuff, they've told him that you can't tweet during this period because it can potentially impact obviously the press and all that kind of stuff. Crazy, but yeah, @Paul Rudd. So a plug there for Paul Rudd. But yeah, that's but he must obviously over the last few years must have become a nightmare where you just he's
sell that shit for get some Ant-Man money.
Yeah.
My cousin's got a pretty bad. Well, I mean, growing up in the 90s, it wasn't the best. So his name is George Michael McCarthy.
Oh,
so that's
not
great.
Too bad.
It's not now, no. But growing up, I don't think he enjoyed it too much. Cool. So that's probably about it on nicknames. So let's head on over to our sponsor of the show.
Oh, David Lloyd Hasselbank as well. That's another one.
That's quite a good one. Let's hear from our show sponsor. What's his nickname? The 101 King, Mr. Hot Hands himself. It is Card Tricks UK.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. Join Card Tricks UK on Whatnot Daily, your only stop for regular wrestling breaks in the UK. Ooh, Chris, Casper, and the team welcome you to join the hunt for rare autographs, relics, and one-of-ones from wrestling stars past, present, and future. What you gonna do, brother?
Cool, and we're back. Right, shall we kick off some weekly purchases?
Yep.
Here we go first. We got the Prez.
Well, I had myself a week.
That's why you're first.
Yeah. It's weird because obviously I had a busy week as well, but I was busy in the card world as well, which was weird. Like the first one was obviously to be honest, it's probably worth more than the other two, which is mind blowing in itself. So the X-Files came out on Upper Deck EPAC, and I love the X-Files as a kid. Gillian Anderson's my celebrity crush. So I saw that they had signed cards of her in there, so I tried to I got a few packs, see what was hitting, and there's loads of autographs in there, but of like shit-ass characters.
Random one episode characters in the background.
Exactly. And it's like, they're so funny just to be like pulling every like 3 packs I seem to be pulling. I think the pack odds were like 1 in 17 or something. But it was like every 3 packs I'm pulling an autograph. And then lo and behold, and a bit sadly, I didn't pull a Jill, but I pulled a Dave. So I pulled a David Duchovny. It's not numbered. Double D, but that's probably worth about $350. So I was pretty. Nice. It's on card. It's a lovely autograph, to be honest, isn't it? You boys have seen it. It's a nice one.
I mean, is that not one of the biggest hits in the product? Surely, they can't be getting any higher than that. Surely,
Gillian and him.
Yeah, there's one-on-ones. There's dual ones as well. I think like out of 5 one-on-ones and stuff like that, but. Yeah, there's not that many. They're short printed, obviously, because I saw one guy try to trade for it with me, and he was nowhere near price wise with his trade, even though he was like trading so much. But I had a look, and he'd bought so many X-Files packs. You could just see from like the amount that he had.
He was dead keen on it,
and he had no Gillian or no David. And I was like, mate, if I bought that much and didn't hit one of the big hits, I'd be so gutted. I felt very lucky, to be honest. I was like, oh, cool. So I didn't buy a shed ton of it, but I felt very blessed to come away with what I did with that. So cool. And then I hit a 101. Yay! So I hit a Bron Breaker, I wish. Brock Lesnar, Elite Black 1 of 1. Probably his last base card ever. Probably. He had other 1-of-1s in that set, right? Because he had loads of other cards as well. But this is the base 1 of 1. It's a lovely card. Chris from Card Tricks, thank you very much. £5 spot. I just, when you have these weird feelings to go for spots, you're like...
You do, yeah, it's true.
Yeah. And it was on a 3-box break as well. So the chances was obviously hitting a 1-of-1 on that is... Yeah. But he was feeling a 1-of-1. I felt for some reason the Brock was going to be a lucky one for me. So he's got to go with your gut. As I said on it, go with your gut unless you've had a Vindaloo. And I was very happy. I was like, oh my God. Like, I was just, when it got pulled, I just smiled. I didn't react other than I just smiled. I was like, well, there you go. So yeah, it was a nice little surprise really for me. So pretty happy with that. And then there was a break. I think it was the next day. And I thought, I'll test my luck. I didn't really get anything on the break, but I did win the bars giveaway, which was a Cody Rhodes signed Nightmare weight belt. Oh, I told you I'm struggling today. Terrible. A weight belt. So that was amazing as well. Yeah. I did think, thank you again, Chris, Casper, thank you very much.
Crazy giveaways.
Just crazy giveaways. It's absolutely insane. To come away with a 101 and quite a substantial bit of merchandise for free after pulling a 101, it was just crazy. I did try to push my luck. I did go to the break after that because they were giving away the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Not signed, but just the belt.
The new one.
And I thought if I win that as well, oh my God. People are going to start writing songs about me if I did that. So Sadly, I didn't do it. But, yeah, I had a good week, guys.
No, well done, yeah.
Fantastic.
We love to see it.
Another one of one on the list. We need the tally. I'm not... The thing is, though, it's a difficult one because I'm not sure if I can rate the Brittany
Brooks.
Can I rate the Brittany Brooks because it's a draft?
Well, I guess so.
I don't know. But in that regard, Chris passed up on a 101.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. I don't know if I class it as, I mean, theoretically, paid for it. Theoretically, pulled it.
It depends if you class buying one of ones as part of it.
But I didn't really... It was part of a draft break, wasn't it? So I still...
This is a grey area.
It is a grey area.
It's very grey.
Let's put it to the...
Let's park it for the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it to the masses.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, guys? Is pulling something on a draft break actually pulling an actual 101? I don't know. But yeah, we should have a tally, guys, because we're doing all right. Between the three of us, we're doing all right. Anyway, that's it for me.
Cool. Jamie,
Nice.
how you been doing?
I mean, not too bad. I'm not going to say this is probably one of the busiest weeks I've had for some time because I've been obviously holding things back in bits and pieces, but I bought a few kind of supply stuff. So I bought some more top loaders and sleeves and kind of that kind of stuff that you get through. So I kind of had a bit of a bulk purchase of that. My main things really, I went on a bit of e-pack. So I don't know why, but I've never seen an episode of the X-Files, but after Lloydy's success, I thought I might as well just give it a go and buy a pack. So that's what I did. And I got nothing. So that was it. So I had no idea what I was doing there, what I was expecting, but I thought, well, let's give it a go and see what the gods provide. So that was something a little bit different. In regards to kind of eBay bits and pieces, I've had a few misses this week on some cards I've been watching just because they ended at night and I just kind of missed out by a few pence, but nothing major there, mainly just Leaf Heroes of Wrestling. But I have had a bit of a splurge, so I put $40 in my ComC and kind of went through and done a splurge to get some more Leaf Heroes of Wrestling autos. So I picked up a Taz, Butch Reed, Val Venus, Tasha Steeles, Rikishi, Tajiri, and a Tanaka. So I've got a few more names to tick off there. And I also done a Dilski in the Card Trick sales group for a Bronson Reed. So that's another name that I've now ticked off. So that's all good on that side. I've also got my ComC. I remember I pulled the J Cargill to 10 of the ice cream bar from Allure. So I've now got that in my ComC. So I've got that ready to ship. And I just picked up a few more Dynamite cards here and there as well. So yeah, just a few bits and pieces more than anything really. I alluded to a trade that I did with Coffin Drop last week. So he wanted my Sting PSA 9, but instead of buying, we said we'd do a deal. So I said I was after some orange flashes for year one select. So he done me a deal for a MGC 10 Solo Sokoa orange flash. Cool. And then a couple of orange flash singles that I needed. So yeah, they're now in the collection. So I was quite happy to do a deal scheme on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it really. Just sort of dabbling and picking up and trying to close out some of these sort of open topics really. I'm getting quite close with the Leaf Heroes of Wrestling as well in some degree. I'm well over halfway now. So I think I've got like maybe between 45 and 50 of that checklist.
I think when you do that and you put it all together, that is going to look really impressive, I think
it's when you realise actually, I know you kind of got a bit of a bad rep around obviously the higher end names it, but when you put that together as to who's in that set, you've got such a nice spectrum of legends, upcoming stars, indie stars, yeah. AEW. Like there's a whole range in there, and it's quite a nice set to kind of look at.
Yeah.
Have you got the Chase ones, like the Hogans and stuff like that?
So I've got a Hogan on watch on eBay, and I've got a Cody Rhodes I'm watching. I'll put an offer in for. But I mean, like even the Cody's only on for like 70 Canadian. So
they're hard to find though, because the Kane, the Flair, the Brett, Stone Cold, man. Jeez.
I don't think I've ever seen a Stone Cold one.
No. So they'll be the hard ones to kind of get. I mean, these I'm getting to the point now where they're probably even like $5 a piece. They're still fairly cheap, but they'll soon dry up as I get closer and closer.
Yeah. No, you're doing well, man.
But yeah, I'm really chuffed. So yeah, we are very much getting there with that, and that feels quite a nice thing to tick off. While they're still readily available, it's quite nice to just chip at them when they appear. I mean, I missed out on a Muta and a Riddle, and they went for like just a couple of bucks, and I just thought, I didn't even see those get listed. I think it's just a case of keeping your eyes peeled, really.
Yeah.
Are we going to go to that that con up in the one that the For Love of Wrestling?
For the Love of Wrestling.
When we're a bit on the fence about with them, but
I'm a little bit nervous that a certain card may be signed at For the Love of Wrestling, and I'm desperately trying to secure a deal on said card before someone potentially signs it.
Well, I want to go and see Muta to get him to sign my green card.
Oh, nice.
So I'll definitely go up there. But if you boys want to come up,
yeah,
it's in February, isn't it?
It's normally April.
Is that April?
I don't know when it is this next year, but it's normally April. It's normally post-Mania.
So we aim for it, though, anyway. Like, just
I'm
go
up
up
for
there.
it.
If it's worthwhile, yeah.
Might be love.
See if any more of the ATP want to join.
It's in Manchester,
Weds
isn't it?
will, wouldn't it?
Is it
It's in
Manchester? Manchester.
It's Manchester or Liverpool, isn't it? Normally,
Yeah.
Oh, that's close enough. It's not that far, is it?
If Liverpool would be great. I like Liverpool. I like Manchester as well. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Right, I'll do mine now. So I've only got a couple of singles before I talk about the London Card Show. So singles wise, I've been picking up a lot of colour matches lately. The latest Prism's been really good for it. So recently I picked up a Ken Shamrock blue colour match. His gear in the picture's blue. But I picked up also a Godfather to 149. So it's a Pimp Hat colour match because they're both purple. So Pimp Hat colour match. And I also picked up, this is stupid, I picked up a Jake Roberts Wedges to 49 from Photogenic, which I said this same card in the last episode. So now I have two of those. A bit of an L on that one.
I think I've got one of them as well.
Fuck. I was going to try and sell you my spare.
I think I've got one, man.
Do your deal.
That'll be going on eBay. So yeah, so now I just wanted to talk a little bit about the London Card Show. As I mentioned earlier, I liked seeing Tommy and Sam. Really good to see those guys. Really great, really good.
Very good, very nice.
Did Sam look
really
fucked?
good. Really, huh?
Sam looked fucked.
What do you mean?
We said the baby, innit?
Baby, yeah.
Baby. Ooh.
He got there really early as well.
Really?
He got there like
He was
an
keen,
hour
wasn't he?
early, half hour early.
I mean, he only lives a little while away, doesn't he? So
Yeah.
Well, he's pale at the best of times. I'm just thinking with the baby and not sleeping, he'd be translucent.
But no, it was really good to see those guys. Because we talk so much, like, privately and between us all. It's just like, just feels like that was the first time I've ever met Sam in person, and I feel like I've known him for years, sort of thing. Because we have, but do you know what I mean? It's just really good to see those guys.
I've not met Sam in person. Jamie, you haven't.
I don't think
no,
anyone.
that was
I don't
supposed to be the
think
first time. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's for me part of the card show experience almost is getting to see like-minded people and talking about trading cards and stuff, and they know everything you're talking about. It's not like trying to explain a foreign language, like when I'm trying to explain something to my missus or my mates that aren't into cards. So yeah, I do enjoy that part of card shows. I'm going to quickly talk pickups. So pickups wise, I mean, I've posted it on my Instagram. I've posted it in a few different places. Grabbed 2 blasters. I did 1 AEW Series 2 and 1 Prism 2024. Sam also got a Prism 2024, but unfortunately neither of us got anything. Literally nothing. Also grab 4 Space Jam packs, Upper Deck 1996. I've opened those. That was a fun little rip. Looking for some Michael Jordan cards. I picked up a set of 1987 WWF tops, the sticker inserts. Do you know the ones? They're all got Brett rookies in there. yeah, really, really nice condition though. So I was happy with those. Grabbed a full set of Toy Story cards from 1996, 95,
Nice.
96. I bought those as a kid and I have still got them, like a few here and there. But yeah, nice to have a really like mint full set. And that was quite cheap as well, cheaper than I'd seen it online. I'm losing track of where I'm at. 10 packs of WWF stickers from 1992. Hogan sticker from that same set. Undertaker Classic 91, not the rookie one, but a different one. And then lastly, the last thing, I bought some supplies as well, but the last thing, literally, as me and Tommy were walking out of the show, I went back to look at one more table that I'd seen some stuff out earlier. But we walked past this table that was entirely basketball cards. And he then, just randomly in the middle of it, he had 2 boxes of Photogenic. So I was like, at that point, there wasn't a lot of wrestling at this show, and like I really had to hunt for those bits that I found. And so yeah, I was kind of like not disappointed with what I'd found, but like I wanted to get just one like big item. Do you know what I mean? Big ticket item, so to speak. So yeah, I picked up a box of Photogenic for 200. Which I thought was a decent-ish price. I couldn't remember how much like it was retailing at. I feel like it was sort of 220 maybe.
Yeah, they're around that.
Yeah, so yeah, 200 I was happy with, and I took the one that was on top off, and I took the one on the bottom. So always do that. Always take the last one. And yeah, so I've opened that, and that's on the channel. But yeah, if you want to, I've obviously spoken a little bit about it as well. So yeah, if you want to watch that. That is there. But yeah, as I said, massive card show. Like, it was really, really big. 10 times the size of like the Southampton show that I'd been to before. But yeah, wrestling was literally, I don't know, I think maybe 5 or 6 tables that had any kind of wrestling out of, hundreds.
Very minimal.
I believe it.
Really, but that's what I struggled with, is that Southampton show, I would say even more tables had it. Had something there. I don't know. I would love to go to for the love of wrestling, it obviously is just wrestling, but it's not just wrestling cards, is it? I don't think such a thing even exists. Do you guys think a card show that is in like America or something that is strictly wrestling cards?
I don't think there is. I just don't think there's that popularity. I mean, we've had this kind of discussion, haven't we, before? I just don't think there's enough collectors to make it worthwhile. If you were going to do it, you'd have to do it in a small venue where everyone could get to, like in central London or something.
Spread out, wouldn't it? Yeah. The collectors are too spread out.
Across the world.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm hoping, if we go to this for the love of wrestling, I am hoping that we see some cards there, because they'll obviously be like merch and stuff.
yeah. Oh, we might even be able to pick some of those TNT cards up, because if it's in Liverpool, they might be over there. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I really enjoy card shows, and like, if I could, I think that's what I would like. If I didn't have the responsibility of kids and all the rest of it, I would just go to card shows every weekend.
Yeah, really.
I really love them.
Love 'em.
So even like, as I said, like trying to sift through all the Pokemon and whatever, just to try and find the wrestling. I enjoy the hunt. But I will say that the amount of Pokemon there, it got me so itchy with Pokemon cards. I'm like, yeah, I've got a lot of sealed Pokemon, and it's getting harder and harder to keep it sealed. So, yeah. Cool. That's about it from myself, though.
Nice. So well worth the trip nonetheless, but not necessarily for wrestling, but for other things.
Not for wrestling, yeah. I would say more to see the guys. I thought it was worth it, even just to see those guys for like a few hours was just really, really cool.
Nice, cool.
Cool.
We'll wait to see what happens next time round.
So before we move on, can we do you want to play a little game?
Is it a Bane
Always.
quiz?
It's not a Bane quiz. It's not a Bane quiz. So I bought a autograph card from a celebrity. Not from
Directly?
a celebrity, of a celebrity.
Okay.
Do you want to have a try to guess who the celebrity is?
David Dickinson.
Well, you can ask questions and I'll say yes or no.
Do we need like a little
Just-
bit of music in the
Just
background?
if you want. But if you want to just go straight for who they are, David Dickinson, no.
No, let's do Guess Who. That'd be quite funny for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Gillian
Well,
Anderson.
Well, maybe ask the gender first. I don't know. This is
I
going terribly.
don't like to assume people's genders. So,
Okay.
no.
Well, I can
Male
definitely tell
or
you.
female?
I can definitely tell you her gender.
Oh, excellent.
There you
Okay.
go.
Would they be this side of the pond or a different side of the pond?
OTP.
Okay.
Have they ever appeared scantily clad in something, i.e., in Playboy or on the front cover of something? Or I'm just judging by your kind of taste, Lloydy. You see,
I can't say yes. I can't say no. But she was probably more famous back then when there was like lads mags.
Shannon
Okay.
Elizabeth.
It's not Shannon Elizabeth,
is it?
Carmen
Were they in
Electra.
Baywatch?
and it's not Carmen Electra. She was not on Baywatch. Think back then. How old am I? Think back then.
Yeah, but then it's different for me, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but like think, like teen drama. stuff.
Okay. Was she in Saved by the Bell?
She was not Saved by the Bell, and it's not Elizabeth Berkley. No,
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
no, but it's a good guess.
Are we in the
Not
right
s-
ballpark?
Not as famous as Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Alison
Nowhere near
Hannigan.
as famous as Sarah Michelle Gellar. Well, ask the product.
What's the
Yeah,
product?
Who's the maker?
Leaf. So think of famous women who would be in Leaf.
Oh,
mean-
Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Oh, that's a really good guess, man. But no,
She's got leaf cards down.
yeah, but it's not her. No, think the show that she was on had a famous song about California.
Winona Ryder.
No, about California. Here we come.
California. What's
Yeah.
that from? The OC.
Yeah,
Oh,
the band was Phantom Planets, by the way.
Phantom Planet's great.
Yeah. Pretty sure we've had them on as my whole song as well. At some
Rachel
point.
Bilson.
Bingo.
Well
The
done.
only one's name that I can remember. What was she called in the show?
She
was with Seth.
Yeah. Oh. Oh my god. You've got me like. Anyway, it's out of 4, by the way. Green out of 4, $26.
Nice.
Nice. She played Summer Roberts in the
Summer.
OC.
Summer. There you go, yeah.
But yeah, she was. The thing was, right, because this came out when I was in my 20s, and I was like,
So,
it's very difficult to have, a crush on a girl who's pretending to be in her teens.
yeah.
She's actually older than me.
Is she?
She's actually she's the same year, but she's like the year above me
Slightly
at school.
older, yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like cut off.
I was 13 years old when it started, and when it finished, I was only 14. So, it says in
No,
2007,
that went
so I
for
was
years,
17.
didn't it?
So yeah, 14 to 17 years old I was.
And ironically, I was on a break last night where her ex-fella auto card from Star Wars Galaxy got pulled, and that's probably worth about $2,000.
Damn.
Ooh.
So that was interesting. There you go. I'll do another one of those later on in the year if you want. Well, I say later on in the year, we're near the end of the year. I'll do another one of those when I find a good card for a good price. But yeah,
It's always got something random in your PC, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I just I've been looking for at people from there's not a hell of a lot of cards from people from my youth, basically, that I'm like cool. I'd like to have an autograph of them. And they're normally themed around the show that they were on. If not, they're in leaf, generally. So, yeah.
There's one like that I've had my eye on for a while. It's from Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
It's she's a British actress. She's called Roxanne McKee.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. She was in Hollyoaks as well. That's why I want the card.
All right, cool.
You like Roxanne's, don't you?
I remember her.
Must be the name Roxanne.
Yeah, not in real life, though, no.
Rachel Bilson was in How I Met Your Mother as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was on like 4 episodes of How I Met Your Mother as well. That's quite cool.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
Cool. Right. Shall we move over to our top 5 for this week? I chose on the last episode, and I went with KGust. Obviously, we'd just done the break for the most recent set. And I will preface this by sort of saying we're not experts in like custom cards and independent cards and stuff. So we've tried our hardest. We've not seen each other's picks as well, because otherwise it might go a bit too samey, I suppose. I'm going to start us off this time around. And I'm going to go in at number 5 with Coco Beware. So, someone I'd like to see in like current product as well, like WWE stuff and that. Fan favorite from the 80s and 90s, like late 80s, early 90s. Now in 2022, KGust, or should we just call him Kevin? Or I feel weird calling him
KGust 61.
I'll call him KGust 61. Okay.
KGust 61.
KGust 61 releases in 2022. And it's inspired by the 1951 Topps baseball set. On-card auto, so it's an auto one as well. And there's a to 10 version of this. So he's one where he's got shades on. So he's wearing the shades. And then the non-shades version is 215. So pretty rare cards. And yeah, really, really cool.
Nice bird buster in the top corner.
Yeah. Number 4, I'm going to go for Rhea pre-Ripley. So Demi Bennett. And it's like an image variation parallel that they did in one of the more recent sets. It's the Legends set.
It's a lenticular.
Even better.
It goes from
does it actually go
blonde?
from...
It goes from blonde
That's even
to,
cooler then, isn't it? So there was a few of these. So there was a few variations that was Cody,
5.
Rock, Drew, Bray, and Dustin Rhodes.
5?
Yeah, Cody, Rock, Drew, Bray, Dustin. Yeah. 6.
6.
Yeah.
7.
8.
No, this isn't Sesame Street, guys.
I love to count.
1.
Me one cookie.
One lenteclia.
Yeah, just a cool to see her in that era. I don't think we had any that I can think of. I don't remember any like independent cards of Rhea or Demi from that kind of era. So that's a cool one. Number 3, I've gone for Bruiser Brody. It's from the All-Time Wrestling Icons, the playing card set. And just a cool shot of Brody. And again, just someone we don't really get cards of very often. So it's nice when like you get a custom or like a independent release that does feature him. It's kind of like with the figures where you don't really get figures of him, and then they had the ones come out quite recently. I know Topps did some cards maybe like 10 or so years ago, but again, a bit like Coco Beware, somebody I would personally like to see used in sets nowadays. Number 2, I'm going to go for a card I own. My number 1 pick in the draft, the most recent draft that we did. I'm going to go for Joe Hendry Lenticular, 2024 Rising Stars of Wrestling. Obviously, we've spoken about this card a few times, and I actually now own 2 of this card.
Do you?
So, yeah, I do. I own 2 of the 54, so this was a print run of 54. But yeah, very cool. You know, as we've said.
Why did you own 2?
It's for someone else. It's for someone made a request, and I managed to get one on the sly. So yeah. Number 1, I'm going for Logan Paul. His only card that I've seen available since his WWE run. I haven't even seen any other like customs or anything really. I've got the /7, like the silver metal type looking one. Could be a big card in the future. I don't know. He could fade into nothing at some point. I don't know, but yeah, I'm holding on to this one. As I said, it could be, if he sort of says, right, I'm never wrestling again, that could be one of his only cards, or his only card that came out whilst he was wrestling. So yeah, potential for the future. And that's my top 5. Cool. Right. And we will
me next.
Send it over, yeah.
Number 5, self-serving, maybe. But and I don't own the card. But thank you, KGust61. I love saying KGust61. I did actually do X stuff. I said to him, I said to him, we're doing this tonight, and he was very excited for it. He said, "Oh, you should have done it on episode 61."
Episode 61.
I said, "Go and listen to 61, baby, because you're on that as well."
You're all over it, mate.
You're all over it. You've been on 2 episodes.
That's where we decided to do this.
Exactly. So
that's production at its finest, planning, isn't it?
He has listened to it. He loved our draft. And, he loved the little trade up I did with Wes as well, so that's pretty cool. So number 1, Bron Breakker. I love the card actually. I do need to get it. I haven't got one. I do need to get one. And it's his rookie year as well, right?
Yeah.
So and they go for quite a bit of money as well. Still, they're not cheap.
Don't pop up very often. Yeah.
Yeah, no. They're not cheap at all. So. Credit on his name, credit on KGust61's name as well for doing it. So that's pretty cool. Number 4. This is where we tie in together, Chris. I think you're gonna like my list. Number 4, Joe Hendry, lenticular. Perfect, isn't it? Really, because it's like head, face. So ultimately, pretty cool. Number 3, I know. It's perfect, really.
I'm doing it now.
It is perfect.
They can't see it, but...
I can see it. That's it. Number 4, this is for other people self-serving maybe, but Gulia, because it's...
I took her off mine.
Yeah. I think ultimately it's going to be probably the most well-known card that he has done and will have done, I think, because the popularity of Gulia is just going to go up and up and up. And that card, I think, is definitely one... I mean, it's like...
I've sold it recently for for a base card, a decent amount of money. So
it's just going to go up and up.
Yeah,
I think. Number 2 was Logan Paul, but it ain't your Logan Paul. It's the Logan Paul from
Prime.
The Prime Logan Paul.
Very cool one.
Stained glass Prime.
It's so good, guys. So cool, it's so good. Like, I know it's not the first one. But as like, it's like a parallel, isn't it? Basically,
yeah.
It's so good, guys. It's that's the kind of card I would want as a wrestling card, like of him holding up the Prime. And I know it will never happen.
It's perfect, isn't it? Really?
It is perfect. That Logan card, perfect. And number 1, Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Bloody Ripley.
And it's more.
Bloody
it's not. Yeah, g'day. Did you come to die? No, sir. I came yesterday. Good
evening to our Australian fan.
I know. Good evening, and good night, copper. So it wasn't because of the previous, like the old photo of her, the new photo of her, which is kind of old now, but like proper Rhea Ripley. I think the image is perfect. The purple behind her as well because of the Judgment Day colours. It's a perfect card. I just can't fault that card. And it being a lenticular, right up Jamie's alley. So, Jamie, can you, like, very similar top 5 there. Can you complete the circle?
I can in some ways, but not in others.
Oh, God.
So let's run through. So I'll start from the very beginning. So I've gone first of all for the 2023 set. So number 5, we have gone for the Dirty Dom. I've gone for the image variation, but on the metally finish. So he's got obviously the, the face covering and stuff like that. So that's what I've gone for number 5, the bandana.
Yeah.
Number 4, I've gone for the Jade Cargill to 3. This is the white parallel. This is from the 2022 Rising Stars, KGust 61. This is where she's got the white hair image variant and she's got the black gear and the white border. It's just a nice colour match.
Two-tone.
And this is what I've kind of gone for with my top 5 really. It's kind of where he's got those colour matches quite nice. Number 3, I've gone for Nikita Lyons, the yellow 101 from the 2022 set again. This is the yellow parallel 101. So you've got the yellow hair, obviously yellow background, black gear, black border and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I've gone in at number 3. Now, I did take the Joe Hendry off my list because I thought one of you boys are going to have it on the list, surely. But obviously you both did. So I took it out of my list, but I put in its place the Logan Paul image variation from the 2023 set. Right. But I've gone for the one where he's got the Pikachu round, or not the Pikachu, but he's got the Logan Paul card of KGust around his neck.
Yeah, okay.
So he's got a PSA slab of the KGust card. So yeah, that's where we've got kind of the complete circle that we've gone for each one of the Logan Paul stuff. So
that's pretty cool considering we genuinely didn't confer at all over this. So
I nearly did go with the Prime one, but then I thought it looked too much like the Wrestle Crate pin badges, and I was like, I'm going to go for the card on card, the sort of back and forth one there. That's quite cool.
I like it.
I mean,
and then number 1, I'm gone for someone we don't normally see in autos, and that's a Jesse Ventura auto. So this is from the 2021 set. Now, I don't know very much about why this card is here, but the one I saw was number 5, and this was off Instagram. Now, all the other guys are on the checklist on WTC, but Jesse Ventura isn't listed. So I don't know whether or not this was a chase or what the situation is.
Promo, I think he did.
Yeah, but I couldn't see the auto version. So, I mean, Kevin can probably reach out and let us know. But yeah, Jesse Ventura to 5 auto from that same set that the Coco Beware's from. So again, just a really cool auto on card that you don't normally see signing. So I put Jesse the Body at number 1.
Boom, nice. Any honourable mentions, or are we good to go?
I'll do a quick honourable mention. I would like to mention that KGust has his own card within the set. So he's done his own art card of his own style, but he's also in the Wrestling Card Collector set as well. So is that technically a KGust card of his own image in his own sets?
No.
It wouldn't make the top 5. But
he's in it, and it's got his artwork on it, but it's not a KGust card. It's a Wrestling Collector's Series card. Is he in Series 1 or?
Yeah, he's in Series 1, but he's also got his own KGust art card of himself in his own KGust cards, I think, as well.
That would count. That's cool as well, isn't it?
I don't know if it would be in the top 5, but yeah, he's done his own version of his own art with his own image, which is quite cool. So.
Cool. Okie doke. Right, let's count down clock and then mega fire it. We're gonna do a mega 5.
Let's do it.
What ones have we had on there multiple times? Let's go with spot number 1. It's got to be Logan Paul.
Spot number 1, 2, and 3. Logan Paul.
Boom. Sorted.
Well, I mean, look, that's going to be because there is only wrestling cards. We're not going to get them in WWE. He would have had one by now if we were going to get one. These could be his only cards that he has ever. So
he's fucking fantastic. I love watching Logan Paul wrestle.
Terrific.
Considering he's an amateur, he's not professional of what he does it. He does it as it's an avenue entrepreneurial avenue he's gone down, but he's better than some 10, 20-year vets that I've seen wrestle. And he does it as a hobby, basically. It's insane. The guy has got so much talent and charisma to do anything in this company.
You do find a lot with YouTubers are like that, though. Like, I Show Speed. I watched a video of him today racing Noah Lyles, the American sprinter, and he nearly beat him. Do you know what I mean? He was really, really close. So, yeah, they do have that kind of just ability to just succeed in whatever they sort of put their mind to, it seems. So
one of the most hyped moments that I had in wrestling of recent years is when his brother came down and squared up to Solo. And it was Jake Paul Solo, and I was thinking, God, that would be such a good match. Like, just for the absurdity of it, I thought that would be fantastic. I'd love to see Logan Paul in the next couple of years really go up to the next level. I think it would just be fantastic. I really would. And for me, he's 1, 2, 3 on this list. There's no in betweens. There's no out of it. It's just you can have him either which way that you want, but he's 1, 2, 3.
Yep, cool. Number 4, I think we go for Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Yeah,
and again, it can be kind of like all the different versions. Any suggestions for 5, Jamie?
Or Joe Hendry, surely.
Yeah, it's an articulate.
Yeah, Joe Hendry.
Yeah,
cool. Book it.
So with the Logan Pauls, do you want to put them in any order? Do you want to do them in rarity? So like do the IV chase and then the base?
Nah. 1, 2, 3, you can have them all.
I do think that 1 and 2 would be either way round with the Prime and the card, the PSA's Charizard.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter either way. They're both very cool.
It's what like some people are going to like, some people are going to.
Well, I chose my one that I chose because I own the card, so that's the other reason I chose that.
No, but like, it's each their own, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I will list the image variation from 2023 as number 1 because that's the first IV. I'll do the Prime as the second IV and do the base as the least rare. How does that work?
I don't mind.
Yeah. And then that's in. That's
either way,
in.
he's the winner.
He's the winner. So we've got 3 Logans, Real Lenticular as and then Joe Hendry at M5.
Like, you're writing this down like it counts for anything. Like,
well, when we do a review show, we have to write it down.
We're so not going to do a review show this year. Jamie, if you have taken notes on
I
every
Chris
top
was
5,
doing it this year.
It's Chris. Have you done it? Oh, there you go.
Oh my fuck!
I thought we said at the beginning that Chris was going to write it down. No, I'm only joking. I'm only messing with you. Don't panic, Chris.
Have you got it? Have you actually done it this year?
Who, me?
No, Jamie.
No, I haven't. No, I didn't bother.
There's no point. Don't do it. It's a train wreck. Don't worry. We do it. And to be honest, we've done a lot of top 5 Mega 5s when we haven't done
Mega 5. Yeah. I would say lately we're kind of not more than we are, aren't we? So
yeah.
I would say as a lenticular.
It's been hard.
Sorry, mate. I was going to say, as a lenticular king, I'm quite disappointed that I still don't have any lenticulars from KGust. So I need to get on it, don't I, in that case?
Yeah. I mean, like, the latest set he's done. The latest set he's done.
Slide in.
They're really good, man. Very good. And I will say, before we move on from this, thank you. Like, with KGust 61's cards, I've never really, like, gone to them as being I'd really like. I've never really for a custom card create a own card and stuff like that. I've always kind of struggled, but I love this boys cards. I think they're so much fun. They're great guys, honestly, and
they're cool for a nice different size as well, aren't they? Like they just feel different to anything else out there.
Yeah, I love them. I think they've got such a good happy place in the hobby as well, and yeah, honestly, he's not paying us to say this.
No.
We really mean when we like products and stuff like this, and we have fun and with it and stuff like that. It's I think it shines through, and we really love that guy's work. So thank you, mate.
Do you know what we need? We need Squared Circle Relics podcasts.
I was going to say.
That would be very, very cool.
So KGust 61, if you're listening to this, which I'm sure you are, the challenge is set down for an SCR KGust 61 collabo. So maybe in the future. That'd be hilarious, though. I'm not sure who would buy it, but I joke.
Us three.
No, I joke. We have quite a lot of people who would actually buy it, to be fair. So no, it's cool. It's cool.
Cool, right. That probably wraps us up for this week. So, Jamie, do you want to give us some plugs? Plug us.
Let's do it. So, first things first, and if you want to head over to Card Tricks, so our sponsor for the show, if you haven't used them before, you can head over to Whatnot, and you can use the code ArthurCost to give you 50% off your first purchase with them. So, it is up to the value of £25, so that's well worth having a look if you're not broke with them before. You can join them over on WhatsApp. So we've got our Card Tricks community that you can join. There's breaks, there's sales page, there's raffles, there's our own Squared Circle Reddit chat there as well. So do come over there and come join the fun. If you want to find us on Instagram, we're at Squared Circle Relics Pod on Insta. Again, we do daily posts up there. Chris puts the nook on there for the results and the top fives and stuff like that. We also do daily images from my own collection and stuff like that. So well worth checking that out if you're on Instagram. If you want to go to X or Twitter, Lloydy looks after that. So it's SCR Pod on Twitter. So we've got to say it, but we don't really use it that much nonetheless. But it's there if you want to find us on X. And again, if you want to find us on Facebook, we have still got the Facebook group. So search for Squared Circle Relics Pod on Facebook and you can find us there. Again, people put their mail days up in there. So, mail days, Wrestling Card Wednesday, bits and pieces. We kind of just have general chat in the Facebook group. So no matter what platform you find us on, there's different content in each. So it makes sense to kind of join all of them if you're into anything wrestling cards. And there's a different audience in each of those groups as well. So it's always good to mingle with different people. And if you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram. I'm at Jamie Stocker Insta on Instagram. And that is pretty much me from plugs and stuff like that, really.
Cool. So, Dave, you're our main man next time.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Top 5?
Yes. So, top 5 Mega 5. Slightly different. I'm going to put a little twisty on it. So, I'm going to give you boys, and obviously myself as well, 15 pictures of cards. Now, some will be good, some will be shit, some will be in the middle. And we are then going to look at the 15 cards, each individually, and rate them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll just see, when we get onto the next show, we can say which ones we've chosen. Obviously, don't tell each other before the show which ones we've chosen. So, a little, see if we're in sync.
Different, I like it.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a little twist. We may not do it again, but it's just something a bit different I came up with in my head the other week. So we'll do that. I would say as well, I have told you boys as well beforehand. So the next show, Coffee Break, we're going to be doing your favourite life story. So just as I've told them all because I didn't want to go, what's your favourite story? And them going, So, yeah, exactly. So I'm not putting you on the spot with that. So that's, let's see what you got. The funnier the better. Why not?
Can they
good.
be...
They could be whatever you want, mate. They could be heartbreaking. They could be funny.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. Cool.
Do you want the story of my best man, my brother, told me at the wedding for my story? I can tell that story that he told everybody. That was horrendous for me. But I can share that story.
It was horrendous for me, so I'll put it out there for them.
I'll put it out for you lot now, yeah.
Cool. So, other than that, Chris?
Yeah, so I just want to give a quick second plug to Card Tricks UK.
Go on, sorry. Go on.
No, you can give him a third plug, it's fine.
No, I'll give a third plug. I was going to say at the end, actually. It's just a thank you, basically.
Oh, okay, excellent. Well, all I wanted to say was obviously Friday, this coming Friday, we've got Select out, so I'd imagine it will be lots of Select this weekend. And then Sunday, we've got another singles show, which me and Dave and Jamie, we've all been on those. We all enjoy those. And there's a big giveaway, Dave. So Dave's it straight away.
I've always done well with their giveaways. Always done well.
Well, this is what I wanted to say. So, Jamie, you've won a belt from Card Tricks. Dave, you've won one of. I've never won one of these.
You need a belt.
Big, well, even one of the big sort of top giveaways. Never won anything like that. But it's all good. So the belt giveaway is the big gold NWO, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think the retail's about £450. So.
They don't skimp on their giveaways, man.
Honestly, it's insane. Really, really impressive. But yeah, from me, as always, catch me on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe. So I'm edging slowly closer to my 1,000 subs goal. I'm at 575, so slightly over halfway. Yeah, come on, let's get me there. Latest videos are photogenic. I've had a second AEW 2024 box go up. Also some of those Space Jam cards, and then I'll have some WWF stickers this week, and then I'm hoping to get either select or free count. So one of the two, I think it needs to be done. And
Star Wars Galaxy. Do Star Wars Galaxy. I'm kind of obsessed with Star Wars Galaxy at the minute. I love it.
You don't say.
I want the naked Princess Leia card.
I'll go into that next time round. When I've got it, I will show everyone the naked Princess Leia card that I've got recently. That's mad.
And on that note,
I was just going to say, just massive thank you for Card Tricks. Obviously, it's we've had a big week together, so thank you so much. You put a big smile on my face, so thank you guys. You're doing the Lord's work, as it were, over there, basically on a nightly basis.
Yeah,
and going forward into the select weeks that we've got, it is literally on a nightly basis, basically. So good on them, guys. So yeah. Other than that, you guys know where to find me. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Thank you, KGust 61, and fuck John Cena.